Hello friends and welcome to my channel. In this video I will make a very useful tool, a LED tester from 3 volts to 100 volts. Let's begin. I will use these parts. For power supply I will use a laptop battery like this. I will use this module to charge this battery. This is an inverter cheaper than $1 from China. I made this module. It's a current limiter and a module like this for volts and amps. I will modify the amps because this shows large currents and I will modify it to show small currents. I will use this part, plastic part. It's from back of a bad TV. I cut this and I will bend with hot air. I will apply heat here and I will bend to 90 degrees. Now let's take every module. So with this battery I will power up this module. With 4 volts input, this module takes out 100 volts. We have a rectifier here. This 100 volts is applied to this module. And this module limit the output current to 10 milliamps. Even if we have 3 volts, even if we have 100 volts. I will use this to test LED strips for TV, and usually they are 30, 40, 50, 60 volts. Now let's see the schematic of this current limiter. As you can see, schematic is very simple. Here we have input 100 volts and I put a capacitor here because I didn't have enough space on this module to put a capacitor. This is a resistor to limit the current in this point. Current in this point should be 1 milliamp. I put this Zener diode to limit the voltage here between 60 and 20 volts. You can put any diode between 60 and 20 volts. This function is to limit the voltage here and not over voltage gate of this MOSFET and destroy it. This point should be under 30 volts. Here you can put any NPN transistor, and this is shunt resistor. Voltage here should be 0.7 volts or 0.6 volts. So you can modify this resistor if you need different current here. This resistor is calculated for 10 milliamps and this is an N-channel MOSFET. Now let's see how it works. When this voltage increase here, this NPN transistor drop the voltage of this point and that decrease the current in this point, and that's how it works. Here is the output and you can put any LED between 3 volts and 100 volts. Now I will make the case and I will put everything inside. It took me about 1 hour to make this box. It's not perfect, but it's good for this project. I use hot air to bend this and put melt plastic here in the corners. Now I will make the simulation. The charger, the battery, the switch. I will put a small heatsink on the MOSFET to be sure will not overheat. This is the voltmeter, and this I will put the output connectors. Now I will show you what I've done. This is the case. I made all the holes for the voltmeter and for the power button. This will be the output. Here you can see charging module. This is the connector, and here I will put the battery. Now I want to show you, this was a 10 amps module, and for 10 milliamps couldn't indicate, and I replaced this shunt resistor with 10 times shunt resistor, and now shows 10 times more current. I've replaced this shunt resistor, and now I put on my power supply 10 milliamps, and this shows 1 amp, so I multiplied 100 times, because this doesn't show 10 milliamps. Now I will put everything together and I will make some tests. Now the final product is ready. I just have to put a bottom here. Now you can see the inside. Now let's make some tests. We power on. We have 0 amps and 100 volts. You have to be very careful because this is dangerous voltage. If we made short, we have 0 volts and 10 milliamps. I will touch only with one finger. I can feel the voltage. With one finger it's not dangerous, but if you touch with two fingers from the different hands, it's very dangerous. Now, first of all, let's test this 12 volts LED. Let it power on. And here we have 8 volts and 10 milliamps. Let's check the current and the voltage. Voltage is 8 volts, it's good. Now let's check the milliamps. Eight milliamps. It's good. Now let's test other LEDs. Let's test this TV backlight. We have 60 volts and 8 milliamps. Now let's test this LED. Here we have 18 volts. This is 13 volts. This is 32 volts. It seems that this device works perfect. Now let's see what happens when we put this on charge. This charging LED is on and it works. Now I will make schematic diagram of this device. It's very simple. First of all, it's a charging module with micro USB input. Here I connected the battery, plus and minus. Here we have output. Here I put the switch, power on switch, and this it's the step up module, inverter. This is the inverter. Output, it's 100 volts. It's the current limiter. You saw the schematic. This is the schematic of the current limiter. This I connected the shunt resistor of this voltmeter. Now I will put the voltmeter. This is the shunt for the voltmeter. This is black and this is red. The yellow wire to the output, plus here, it's connected here. And here the black, it's connected here. And the red wire, it's connected here. So I will put a picture with this block diagram in the end of the video. If you have any questions, please put it in a comment. And if you make a project like this, please put a comment and tell us if you are happy with this project. If you made it this far, please give a big like. And if you want to see some materials like this, you can subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.